Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing? Well, thank you guys for all coming out tonight. It's a little bit different than our typical structure of our smaller community groups and the 4:30 meetup. So, yeah, so it's a little bit different, but I think it's awesome. Looks like everyone's having a great time. Has everybody had a chance to hug somebody yet? If you have not been hugged tonight, could you put your hand up? If you know somebody has not been hugged tonight, can you point them out? The reason why we're all here tonight is for a few different reasons, a few different things, but it all kind of began because around 4-ish years ago, we kind of had this idea of what if the marketplace existed as a place where you could go out and find community, connect with people as your authentic self, build real meaningful relationships, and do life together. To not use, what you do professionally as a barrier to entry from relationship happening. And so we kicked off this thing called Synergize, and shortly after we had COVID-19 hit, and kind of at a time when we were almost kind of being forced to kind of separate a little bit, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever your opinion was of it, didn't matter. The fact was that our lives changed, and a lot of times the connection and community and belonging with one another that a lot of times we took for granted, we started not being able to have that, but Synergize was able to kind of continue to keep that going, and we were able to start seeing a lot of transformational things happen in the marketplace. People begin to open up a little bit more about their stories, be a little bit more real and honest, accept people and their differences. And we see a lot of people not dividing because of how they're different, but actually putting the value of the relationship that they want to build with one another over the things that would a lot of times separate or prevent relationship. So it's been really, really awesome to see. So kind of the vision of Synergize is to, hold on one second. All right, let's start that again. The vision of Synergize is to create a more connected and united future where relationship is at the heart of our society. It's not a marketplace vision, it's not a political vision, it's not a church vision or a community, it's a whatever walk of life or facet of is part of your life, it's more of a kind of a human vision, I believe. And then within Synergize, our mission, kind of our duty, and the thing that we take on by being part of Synergize is a commitment to help each other create more authentic, supportive, and impactful relationships with one another. So with that mission, all relationships take two people, and it takes both people and each person individually to say, you know what, I'm gonna help you grow. I'm going to give you the permission to be authentic and real in yourself, and I'm going to care. And it takes that on both sides. And once that happens, you start to see, I think, what community really should be start to happen and begin to evolve and take place. And that's what we've been seeing in Synergize. Up until over the past several months, we were kind of in a spot where we were questioning, like, does having the hub make sense? We love the hub. A lot of great things happen at the hub, but mostly it was kind of an office space, and we would do some events there. And realistically, from my perspective, it kind of became a little bit more of a burden because it was part of the day-to-day. It was a financial responsibility. It takes a lot of time and resources to keep going, and it was actually, in my perspective, kind of getting in the way of the relationship, right? It was a place to keep me or Heather or others maybe even just kind of comfortable in our realm and not necessarily out in the public as much, which I kind of leaned on that a lot, which was kind of sucky. But anyways, we're going to lease out the hub, get somebody to take it over, and kind of step away from having the office space. And Shaun and Tiffany Goodyear, which Shaun's going to speak tonight as well. They got put on their hearts to really jump in and want to help Synergize more than I guess than I could have dreamed or that you would ever expect from somebody. And Tiffany and Shaun have come on as actually business partners of Synergize, co-owners of it, and co-sharers of the responsibility. The reason why we're going to keep the hub and kind of the vision for the hub, that it's going to be kind of redesigned and repurposed to kind of fit the initial vision of the hub. That's because, that's them saying that it's something they wanted to do and stepping up and doing that, which is also pretty awesome too. But Shaun's going to come up as well, and he's going to kind of talk about some of the details moving forward. Him and Tiffany and Heather and Tara, the four of them have really been focusing a lot more on the details. I think pretty much, if anybody knows me, you probably know I'm not really like a business person. I just like to be a friend to people, share stories, hug, have a lot of fun. And the beautiful thing is that has produced a business and an organization, but a lot of the organization, the way the memberships work, the events and how all that works, a lot of it's just been kind of piecing it together and kind of figuring it out. And it's not necessarily, hasn't always been created on the business side to serve everything the best way that it should. So I'm going to get to focus a lot more on just being with people and out and about and learning stories, sharing stories, and trying to help encourage and help fuel the movement of relationships over everything. And a lot of the details and the business structure are going to be done probably quite a bit better and by a team, truly by a team, and not just like when I have time to get around to it. So that's going to be awesome. So Shaun, are you up or am I up? Hold on a second. Let me look at these notes. I think I missed some stuff. That's fine. Did I miss some stuff? Am I getting fired already? Okay. All right, cool. All right.
I'm making notes.
Okay, you're up, Shaun. Oh, and also, Tiffany, we got a video going for you. We love you, girl. Praying for you. We'll miss you, and we can't wait to see you soon. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Woo! All right, I super nervous. I am super nervous. I am not used to being in front of people, but you're all my friends and family, so I'm happy about that. Tiffany is beside herself tonight because she couldn't be here, so I just wanted to start out by saying that Tiff is having some medical issues. She is in the hospital at the moment. We're working through it. It is different than all of the other things that she's had to deal with, but she is a trooper and fighting hard, and was very, very sad that she couldn't be here this evening. So we're recording this for her. So babe, we got this, and we're really excited about the future of Synergize.
Now that we can see you.
Oh yeah, what? But I was hiding back there.
I was just trying to hide you.
All right. So Tiff and I reached out to Aaron because we saw the for rent sign in front of the hub. We saw some things happening. We've been presenting sponsors with Indie Facets for Synergize for, I don't know, about a year and a half, I guess, something like that, almost 2 years. And we can't envision a world without Synergize. We can't envision a world without the relationships and the hugging. And we just had to see what we could do to help it and make it grow and create an endless stream of new relationships coming and new members. And so we reached out to Aaron and Tara and Heather, and this is what's becoming of it. And so we're super excited to kind of start this next wave of Synergize with everybody. What I'm going to start, so the hub, Aaron mentioned the original vision for the hub, and the original vision for the hub was a social hub, a place where members could go and coordinate, and it could be the core of the heart of Synergize, so that it was a place where you could always go and just someone would be there to share a story with, or a smile or a hug, and we want to take it back to that. So it is being redecorated, it's being repurposed back to that original vision. It's going to be a work in progress over the next month or two. I don't know an exact timeline yet. We're still working through some of that, but we're super excited about it. So it's going to be like a social hangout, a place where we're going to focus on the indoor areas immediately, because that's what's coming up, is getting into the winter. We want to make sure that, but the outside in the spring we're going to decorate. We're going to repurpose the outside areas. There'll be lots of lounge areas, maybe something like this, not quite as fancy probably, but super nice, so that it'll be a place for members to gather, socialize, laugh, love. You can go there for lunch every day if you want. You can just show up if you get off work early. If you want to go there, you want to just see if someone's there to share a moment with, and a place you'll always know you'll find a hug.
Or Sasquatch.
Or a Sasquatch, apparently. Possibly. But they are in the news this week. If you've been watching, there's apparently a Sasquatch sighting this week. So. But it is basically, we're so excited to see the original vision and intent of the hub come to life and become the home and heart of Synergize again. So the other thing that one of the other things that we're really wanting to see Synergize, we all know the 4:30 meetup, we all know the events we are creating and helping, and the five of us are going to create a whole bunch of new events. Not like that. It's going to be a lot of fun, I promise. Okay. So we all know that there are the 4:30 meetup. We know and love it. I'm supposed to mention that, by the way, the guest tickets are now going to change to $49, so that's exciting. But this event, which we're doing tonight, is kind of a sit-down dinner event. This is going to become a new monthly event. So every month there's going to be two direct primary events, the 4:30 meetup and then the Synergize experience, which is what this is. It will take a totally different format than it is tonight. It's going to be more like a 4:30 meetup. It's going to be a lot of fun, hanging out, socializing. But the focus is going to be on Synergize, how to Synergize, why to Synergize, what Synergize is. It'll be the place that you can bring your friends, you can bring, and if you want to introduce someone to Synergize and have them learn about what Synergize is, the Synergize experience will be that event. Anyone you bring to it will get a free 4:30 meetup ticket to come, but the 4:30 meetups are a little bit difficult to bring someone new in, because it's hard to learn about what Synergize is and truly see it in action, to see the friendships and the hugs, and we wanted to create a new event that we hope everyone comes to every month, so that new people can see how awesome Synergize is. We'll get all the details on day, time, place, all that's coming. We're still working out some of the initial details, but it'll be a monthly event, and we're super excited. But then we're going to have social events. These might be dinner meetups, happy hours at the hub, no agenda, basically hangouts. We're going to have member-led events. These can be home get-togethers, the legacy nights, breakfast clubs, things along those lines. We're going to piggyback events with the city and the community and pretty much everything else going on. We always want to have a group of Synergize attending just about everything that's happening in the community. Charity events, galas, church events, political events, concerts, just about everything you can think of. And then we're going to still continue and develop more community meetups as far as educational events, and then co-hosted events that will partner with other organizations. Kind of my favorite thing coming up is that we also want to develop some field trips. It was one of the favorite things that we did as a school child. And so we're going to do some adult field trips. We're going to organize maybe an overnight trip, maybe just a tour of Lucas Oil Stadium, maybe a trip to Chicago or to Macbeth's Cabins, maybe a tour of Bourbon Country. Some things that we can do as a group that may just have a lot of fun doing and build and strengthen all of our relationships. And maybe a weekend to a Tony Robbins workshop, which we've always wanted to do. So, and that, I think, is where I'm supposed to turn it over to somebody else.
No, I think
it's me.
Awesome.
For now, at least for like a couple minutes, and then you get it back. So take a breather, eat a wing. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for responding. That was nice. And I am going to talk a little bit about, I guess because I'm the communications person, but we're also working on a lot of new cool ways for you to connect. These are going to be, some of them are going to be tied to membership levels, which we're going to get into in a second because there's a lot of fun stuff coming up there. But yeah, we've got a lot of different ways that we're thinking about using ways that you already connect, like the Facebook groups, the LinkedIn groups, really beefing those up and making them more fun and more functional. So working on those. And then we've got another really exciting way to connect in the works, which I'm not going to say too much about now, but it will be downloadable on your phone. There's a hint. So super exciting about that. So just working on a lot of ways. We've been in a lot of planning meetings over the past couple of weeks, trying to figure out, based on your feedback, how to make this new version of Synergize something that is based on what you all have told us over the years that you are wanting and places that maybe we haven't delivered in the past. So working on ways to connect not only at all these new events that we're having, but ways that you guys can lead that connection outside of events with each other as well. So making that easier for all of you. And I think now I hand it over to Aaron, according to my notes. Or Shaun. Because we're going to get into memberships. So, yeah, I got Shaun and Aaron and my little itinerary. We're clearly not very used to doing itineraries, if anyone can't tell.
I think me and Shaun just thought it would be cool if we both talked at the same time for something, but I don't. The idea of it sounded a lot better than the reality of it. Get up here, Shaun.
I'm coming. We wanted to talk about memberships and how important memberships are to being able to create all the events and the things that we want to do for and with everyone. And
oh, yes. Shaun, Tiff, Heather, and Tara again kind of took a lot of that information and restructured kind of the benefits of membership. So there really wasn't a lot of difference between the membership levels. Before, it was like, we all just kind of do everything and pick whichever membership you want. But now there's like clear, would it be like benefits and like breakdowns for like, if somebody's paying $50 a month or somebody's paying $100 a month, there is clearly a separation of social and professional membership value that is differentiates the two, opposed to there never really was before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, it's going to be Heather and Shaun.
Oh, no, I just thought of something I wanted to say. And that was based on, we've got a lot of feedback that the memberships weren't really clearly defined, and a lot of that, I wanted to speak to that because a lot of that is Aaron's and my fault, just from, building and building before we knew where we were going. But now that we've had a chance to talk to a lot of members over the lifespan of Synergize and figure out what you guys want and how we can help give it to you, Shaun and Tiffany and the rest of us have defined some brand new memberships. So those are those are actually rolling out tonight. They're live on the website. So movement and legacy are going away. And
Well, so Tara, will you pass some of those? Just kind of pass we've got these brochures that we put together. It's got all the new levels of membership on it.
it's just way too much to explain. Like
We're not
this.
going to go through each and every level. It'll bore you to death. But there's a lot of really good things. But the basis of it is that Synergize has always been a professional community. And that's not changing, but we realized something that why does it have to just be for professionals? Because it can also be for individuals, it can be for families, it can be for everything. And so we've created some social memberships, we've created memberships that really include the whole community. And when we've been out at events, we go to the art fair in downtown Carmel, where we see things like all these people in our community, like why can't they be a part of Synergize? And maybe it's because they weren't a part of a business that sold something, or maybe it wasn't that they needed the networking. And so we're creating something new that allows people to all be connected everywhere in the whole community. But the reason, I wanted to talk a little bit about the reason why memberships are important at any level, and it's because it makes everything that we do possible. It creates the opportunities for relationships, it supports the local nonprofits, it creates the impact, and it allows us to do all of what we want to do, all of what Aaron's been doing, and Heather and Tara. It allows us to bring these events to you and make them grow and make them be bigger, so that there's just an endless amount of new people to meet and to hug and opportunities. And so that's why we wanted to make it clearer and create new levels for people.
So I know that as people are looking at this, especially those of you who are already members, you might have some questions like, oh, like where does my membership fit into this? Or what's going to happen next, Heather? And my answer for you is, when I said that the movement and legacy memberships are going away, I meant it. We are going to be switching every member over to one of these new levels, but we're not going to automatically do that ourselves. Because that's not fair to you guys. These are all based on different desires for what you want out of Synergize, and there are also no real equivalencies to what we have currently. So we want to make sure that we give you guys the chance to choose what's best for you. And so starting November 1st, we will be officially canceling all movement and legacy memberships. So we hope that you want to stick with us, because we're asking you to jump in on a new one before November 1. And I really hope that you do, because these memberships and like this new structure is going to add so much value to everybody's lives. And I'm saying that because I truly believe it, not because I work for Synergize. Like, I am so pumped about where this is going to go for all of you and just the community that this is going to help us build. So initial payment questions that we anticipated: if you've already paid your membership for October, if you switch over to a new membership tonight, that payment will be refunded. If you have a payment coming up in the next couple weeks, you switch over during that time, we'll either cancel that payment, or if it's too soon to cancel it, we'll refund that as well. But yeah, starting November 1st, we will be jumping straight into this new model, and hopefully you guys like it. So
I know we're super excited about it, so it should be awesome.
We're pumped. Yeah, and then next month, well, a couple of things coming up. So we've got a jam-packed week. The last week of October, we've got our 4:30 meetup benefiting Fountains of Hope. Very exciting. There's Bill right there. Bill, raise your hand. If you have any questions about Fountains of Hope, chat with Bill. But that will occur as normal. So it'll be an awesome night, and hope that we see you all there. And then the next Synergize experience, like Shaun mentioned, probably we don't have a date set yet. We originally were going to do it recurring on the second Thursday, but we'd love feedback about whether this night works for you, what you think of the time. And on the second Thursday of November, Kelly, will you raise your hand, please? Kelly's got the Indiana Small Business Expo. So if you're interested in showing up to that, there's a lot of small businesses that are a part of it. It's awesome way to go and support that in the community. It's a new event in Carmel, so go chat with her if you've got any questions about it. She's awesome. And yeah, I think that... Woo woo.
There we go.
And if you have any questions about any of this, I know we just dumped a whole bunch of stuff on you, so feel free to come up, talk to us. We are happy to answer anything that we know how to answer. So yeah, I guess that's it. But feel free, stick around, mingle. We've got a whole bunch of time left, so jump up and say hi to someone you haven't met yet. Oh yeah, there are QR codes in the brochures, and then also these signs. If you decide that you would like one of the new memberships tonight, if you need more time to decide, totally fine. But if you see one and you're like, yes, that's me, there are steps on these signs to get you all squared away. Even though we're using Stripe as a payment platform now and not Square anymore, which is irrelevant, but I just thought it was cool.
I love it.
The two more things I wanted to mention. The new memberships, we're absorbing all of the payment processing fees in those membership
Yes,
levels, so
no
there's
more
no
fees.
added fees. And then the other thing, the servers have been awesome tonight, so make sure, take care of them, tip them well, order some more food and drinks, and let's have some fun.
Woo woo! Thank you all for being here. And yeah, this event will be much less talking and much more up and walking around and chatting with people next month. So that's all.
If you haven't gotten any swag, then there's Synergize swag over here free, so feel free to grab that.
Oh, I want to say one thing too. Yeah, if you're not part of Synergize, if you're not a member of Synergize, and you're not a jerk, you're welcome to become a member tonight if you want. But the whole like membership push thing, that it wasn't like a sell thing. It was more of a, hey, if you're giving Synergize money and you're part of Synergize, stop. Do it this way. But if you're not part of Synergize and you want to join, you can do that too. So. And grab it. Take shirts too.